Hey everybody, I'm Jack Reedy with Future Pastimes, and I'm a designer on Dune-themed games and expansions. And I wanted to do a short video where I go over a couple of things, one of which is I've had some treachery cards made that I'm going to test out over the next couple of months in my physical in-person games. One that I've done here is I've taken the classic Kurama card and I've actually broken it into two different cards. One is still Kurama, but the other one is Solaris. And the way that these work is the normal Kurama card can be used in a variety of ways. One is that you can use it in an economic way to get a free treachery card or to get half-priced shipping paid to the Spice Bank and not the guild. The other has to do with abilities. So you can use it to cancel another faction's advantage, and it doesn't work on all of them, but most of them can be canceled in some way, or to trigger your once per game Kurama advantage if you're playing advanced, which is what I play. It's a lot for one card to do, and then there's no room on the card for any kind of illustration. So this illustration I grabbed off of the internet. It's kind of an Ilia take on the Avalon Hill version of the Kurama, which had a bunch of these symbols on there. So the Kurama card now, it has the ability to activate your once per game Kurama effect or cancel a vulnerable faction advantage. So vulnerable. So I've actually marked my faction sheets with the little Kurama symbol to denote which ones are vulnerable. And if the Kurama symbol appears in front of the advantage, that means that you do it almost sort of before they do anything, and if it appears after, you do it after. So an example is you can hear what the voice is, and then you can play the Kurama, so that appears after. But if it's like I want to cancel Sardaukar, you play that before, so it's during the forming of the battle plans that you would play it. The Solaris takes all of the economic elements of the original Kurama. So here, purchase a shipment of forces from reserves at Spacing Guild rates, half normal, paid to the Spice Bank, or purchase a treachery card when it is your turn to bid, but pay no spice for it. And this also gets rid of this whole nonsense of I'm upping the bid on a card where I don't have the spice to pay for it, but I'm holding a Kurama card, which lets me do that, and if I don't ever have to play it. I never really liked that, so in my at-home version, that's not a thing anymore. It also gets rid of the whole I bid infinity and I bid infinity +1. You just wait until it's your turn to bid, and instead of bidding, you play the Solaris and you just take the card. So that's that. The other thing that I did was I went ahead, and I've talked about it in another video, this idea of modifying Poison Blade and Shield Snooper. Now, they've been criticized as just being utterly overpowered and even, I dare say, broken. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I wanted to try out the idea that I had that tempers their effects a little bit. So I also added a little thing to the artwork here. I added some poison to the blade just so it stands out a little bit from the slip tip. So it counts as both a projectile weapon and poison weapon. Cannot be blocked by a defense unless it blocks both types of attack. So a little clarifying text here. And it says, you may keep this card if you win the battle unless your opponent did not play any defense. So if they play no defense, their leader is going to die. But then you must discard the Poison Blade. And similarly, the Shield Snooper, it counts as both a projectile defense and a poison defense. You may keep this card if you win the battle unless your opponent did not play any weapon. So the days of, I'm indestructible, and not that these cards, their normal version couldn't be defeated, but it was a taller order in order to do that. So I'm gearing up for some games in May. So May the 9th is Dune Day. For those of you who didn't know, May thy 9th, chip and shatter. That's a Thursday this year, so I'll probably try to do something online. So TTS might get together with the playtesters and do a game, and perhaps we'll stream it live. So I think that's the plan for May the 9th. just because I wouldn't be able to get people together until the evening and nighttime for an epic game of Dune. at our age with kids. It's just not going to happen. But the following Saturday, which I believe is the 11th, maybe the 10th, yeah, if it's Thursday, whatever, it's a weekday. The 9th is a weekday, but that following Saturday, I'm going to try to have an epic game of Dune, and we will use these cards and a few others. I've had a few others done, but don't really want to get into what those are or what they do just yet, perhaps down the road. So let me know what you think of this idea, especially if you don't hate it. But even if you hate it, let me know your reasoning. People have weighed in on the other cards, and it was very much a divisive thing, but I'm going to try it out, see what we think of it, and I will let you know how it goes with that. So May thy 9th, Chip and Chatter. I hope that you will be playing some Dune on that day or that weekend, but I also hope you're playing it well before, many times, and many times afterwards. That's it for this one, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.